Okay, so yeah, you're right. If you saw the title, this is not one of my World War II videos. This is a RWBY theory. I rarely do this, but I've been watching a few videos and I decided, yeah, why not? There was something I wondered why people don't do this. How come no one's ever thought of a crossover theory before? I may be the first, but I hope I'm not the last. I have two crossover theories for you today. One that's in the link in the one that has a link in the description below, and one I'm going to talk about. The crossover theory I'm going to tell you about is perhaps Summer Rose, the mother of Ruby Rose, the main character of RWBY. If you haven't watched RWBY, what are you doing watching this video? But anyway, yeah, Summer Rose, mother of Ruby Rose, the main character of RWBY. Perhaps Summer and Ozpin, the headmaster of Beacon Academy, who, if you have seen RWBY, you know who he is, you know what happens to him. Perhaps, what if they are, stay with me if you, Time Lords? Yes, like Doctor Who Time Lords. We've all theorized. What's known about Summer Rose, as well as about Ozpin, is very little. Honestly, we don't know either of their real ages. We know Summer Rose is dead, but is she really? In fact, some theories in certain RWBY stories have suggested that Summer Rose is Cinderfall in disguise, or I believe Jake the One-Man Band made the idea that maybe Salem, the antagonist, the evil one, is Summer Rose, had something tragic happen to her. However, and of course we all know what happens to Ozpin in Volume 4. If you haven't, again, what are you doing watching this video? So, yeah. That's the theory, is, what is a Time Lord? Forgive me for saying this, but if you don't know what a Time Lord is, watch Doctor Who! And so perhaps that's part of it. And maybe not Time Lords like the Doctor himself, not like the Time Lords from the planet of Gallifrey, or however you pronounce it. But, like, say Remnant had a species called Time Lords. People who could travel to any point in time. People who saw the future and foretold a prophecy. People who could change from one appearance to the next. People who could make their souls and place them inside the minds of others, allowing them to communicate with these others. And say something happens to them, I don't know what, like, perhaps the normal people of Remnant, as we'll put it, saw this and they didn't like it. They were, like, just like, in anything media, mankind is afraid of anything that isn't normal. And that's how it is for the majority of real life too, but still. So, therefore, they wipe them out or so, and then it comes down to where there are only two surviving Time Lords. Oz and Summer. You get the picture? And so, Ozpin, and so, of course, see back at Jake the One-Man Band's Summer equals Salem, or however it's titled, theory. He has a different theory about Salem's origin now, but this is just my theory. This is one of two crossover theories I had, and if you disagree, that's up to you. The second crossover theory is part of a story I wrote. And again, there is a link to it in the description. And I will give you the summary of the story, but I won't tell it to you. You want to read it? Read it yourself. What is the theory? What if teams Ruby and Juniper each have something to hide? A dark secret that they want to keep anyone from knowing? What if in the Vital Festival, something happens to reveal those secrets? Read the story and find out. Then you'll know what the other theory is. Does it have anything to do with the one I just talked about in the video? No, it does not. So there's that, and now I'm going to go back to my World War II videos. See you then.